Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today and for your interest in submitting a Star Awards. And so we wanted to do this training and answer some questions. And so I'm going to go through a presentation, and then afterwards we'll have an opportunity to answer any of your questions, or throughout the presentation, if you have some questions, please, feel free to raise your hand. Also, so I'll go ahead and get started here. Okay, so the Star Awards Committee, so we're the one and only. Our objective is to recognize the brightest shining stars within the organization. Our team brand, first class customer service, not limited to dumpster diving. That's kind of an internal joke there. One of our honorees lost their driver's license and they couldn't fly home, so we actually thought that maybe it got thrown in the trash, and so we actually had to go in there and look through trash to try to find her driver's license. Luckily, we found it. Um, our goal is to ensure that all the honorees feel like stars. So our goal is really during the conference, before the conference, really making them feel like, they are a star. Our team members, myself, Diana Gomez. Also with me on the call is Linda Renteria. We call her the ship mom. Valerie Valenzuela. She's our quality controller. Uh, she reviews everything with this eagle eye. Victor Cervantes, we're calling him Pro B number one. And we're also looking for a fifth committee person who will be Pro B number two. So I'm a big fan of NCIS, so all the newbies are probies. A couple of things. So there are several awards that are not open for direct nominations. So the Rodrigo Garcia Founders Award, the Jaime Oaxaca Award, Dr. Ellen Ochoa Award, the Ruben Hinojosa STEM Champion Award, and then the Company of the Year, Government Agency of the Year, and Academic Institute of the Year. So what happens for the top four awards is, when you get nominated and you kind of rise above, your nomination. And so we pick from those nominees that rise to the top. And if they meet the criteria, then they're chosen to receive one of these special awards. So the Star Awards nomination package is pretty simple. Everything is done online, so it makes it very easy for you to go in and submit a nominations. You're required to submit a biographical sketch that's no more than two typed pages. Nominee merit description, no more than two typed pages that cover the following. It needs to cover, it needs to describe the nominee's contribution achievements, including dates and impact. It describes examples of how the nominee's efforts resulted in the enhancement, development, and or promotion of SHIP. You're also allowed to submit supplemental merit items such as articles, letters of recommendations, um, publications, and other things that you may want to submit. And your limit of 10. And then we do require a high resolution headshot. It must be submitted in JPEG file. I will say that once we select winners or the honorees, some of them select to give us a different photo, an updated photo. So if you don't have the best photo for, your nominee, don't worry about that because we do allow for you to submit everything for our printed material. All the materials must be submitted through the awards nomination platform. We no longer allow for email submissions, since we have this online system. So how is everybody scored? So there is a total of 45 possible points. Number one, they meet the criteria, supporting material, organizational involvement, organizational impact, and ship member, whether they're yes or no. So the top four are 10 points each. I think our 10 points thing got shaded here, but it's 10 points for 1 through 4. And then if you're a ship member, you automatically get 5 points. And so that 5 points sometimes does distinguish, uh, you know, you from the next person next to you. And so it's really important that we know that if you are a ship member, that you submit that information and you're able to get those additional 5 points. Now, I will say that um, not every category requires you to be a ship member. And so I'll highlight those in a bit. So some application tips. We really want you to carefully read and follow the nomination guidelines. And we want you to tell a story. You showcase the true impacts to the community, to the company that they work for. Um, oops, sorry. Their professional career for each award. So we really want you to tell a story. Um, and then is the impact above and beyond the nominees' roles and responsibilities? I mean, that's important for you to know. Your letters of recommendation should speak to each of the award categories. We highly suggest that all ship chapters at least nominate one person, for one of these awards. And we really want to celebrate, the accomplishments. As I mentioned, we use a ship award platform. It's a shipstarawards.awardsplatform.com. We've been using this now for several years, and it's very simple. If you've already nominated someone before, or you actually help review the nominees, you'll already have an account. And so you just go into that account. The one thing that's really cool about it is that you don't have to do all of this in one sitting. You can go ahead and start it and then come back at a later date and finish your nominations. So here are the Star Awards categories. Um, And so we wanted to show, how they're judged. And so as you can see, the top 5 are judged by ship board members and by the committee. The next 4 are judged by the CEO and the board chair. So again, because these are some of these are not direct nominations. Um, that's who actually is evaluating those nominations. I want to mention about the role model awards. You are required to be a ship member for the Garcia Founders Award. You have to actually be a lifetime member, 10 years or more. The Jaime Oaxaca Award, you do need to be a ship member. And then the 4 role model awards, you need to be ship members as well. All these other awards are evaluated by the evaluation team. And where you see corporate and government, we give out 2 awards. One if you're in corporate or one if you're in government. What this does is usually the government agencies don't have a whole lot of marketing dollars. And so obviously the corporate companies do. And so we wanted to, level the playing field, and that's why we created corporate and government. Here are the last 4 awards. As you can see, for the Young Investigator Award, we usually utilize a university professor to do the evaluations. So, what happens if you do win one of these awards? Well, you get special recognition, your picture, statement of accomplishments on our event program, the website, and then we do leaderboards at the conference. So these are big boards at your picture, your award, and then also we ask you to submit a quote that you want everyone to read. We do the meet and greet workshops during the conference. This really gives you an opportunity to hear more about the award winners. You get invitation to be a special guest at several of the events. You get 2 complimentary full conference registrations for you and for your guests to attend all workshops, networking socials, and meal events as our special guests. You will receive hotel accommodations for 3 nights. You do get 1 room. And then the key thing here is travel is the responsibility of each recipient. So we really want you to nominate a star from your team. Nominations are due July 10th. As I mentioned, we're utilizing the same platform as previous years, Award Force, and you need to make sure that you select submit in order for your nomination to be considered. So a lot of people forget to click that button, and so their nominations are just there in progress. So call for star. The other thing I want to mention is if you want to help in review the Star Award nomination packets, we're going to send out for a call for Star Award reviewers later this month. Everything is done virtual. We do a training which will be held in mid-July. Training and assignments are assigned in mid-July, and then it takes you we give you 2 weeks to review your nominations. So everyone reviews between 9 and 15 nominations. Now, the beauty about this is that this allows you to look at other nominations and allows you to see what kind of quality of nominations we're receiving. So in case you want to do it, the following year, but we do want to encourage everyone to do it. This year, we're doing something different. We are doing a Star Awards competition. So it's new, it's a regional Star Awards competition. These are just for the role model awards. So as I mentioned, role model awards are you have to be a member. And these awards, so for example, we have over 10,000 students, and every year we receive less than 20 for each of those categories. Last year for the graduate Star Award, we only received 2 nominations. And we know that we have a lot of students out there that are worthy of these awards. So we're doing a competition between regions. 2 regions with the highest number of role model nominations will win free national convention registrations to be raffled by the region vice president. So if you get first place, we're going to give you 4 free registrations. If you win second place, that region gets 3 free registrations. So the regions with the most wins, most qualifying nominations will earn free national convention registrations to raffle within their region. And this year, all of you hopefully are aware that we'll be in Indianapolis. So how does it work? For every nomination, that counts towards your regional total. That means you need to have submitted it and needs to be qualified. So we're going to be doing weekly leadership board updates. We're going to share them every Monday. And again, to build momentum through this friendly competition. Winning regions will be selected and announced on July 13th. Okay, so that was the presentation, but I'm gonna open it up to Valerie and Linda on my committee if they would like to add anything to the presentation before we open it up to questions from the audience. Valerie or Linda?
I think you covered it all, Diana. I don't have any ads.
Yeah, I agree.
Valerie?
I feel like it was very clear. I would just open up to the floor and see if anybody has any questions. Um,
Quick question on my side about the region versus region competition there, Diana. Is this going to be a raffle that is going to be, for example, going to region one, two, three, four, five, all the way through seven, depending on who wins, and then the regional board is going to raffle them? Is that how it's going to work? Over.
So the competition is yes. So we from the seven regions, whoever submits the most nominations, the top two go-getters will then get to raffle off. The regional vice president will raffle off those free registrations. So first place gets four, second place gets three.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
That's only for the role model awards.
Understood. Thank you.
We do have a question in the chat from Roberta. Most curious about any new award categories or any categories from last year that are going away this year.
No, we do not have any new categories, and we did not eliminate any of the awards.
And I also just put in the chat the Star Awards website link. So with that link, you can see all the information about Star Awards and the nomination package.
I just want to add to the group that's here. Diana had shared, the tips in regards to telling the story. And just so you know, the reviewers are all from different backgrounds. So telling the story is very important to be able to see the transition or the beginning of wherever the passion of ship came from, or depending on whatever the nomination guidelines, call for, all the way through until now. And we're really looking to see where that impact, where they've gone above and beyond, and every and I think she had mentioned on the slide too, celebrating all the wins, as small or large. And I think that's important for everyone to know. So just making sure that that storyline is there.
And to add to what Valerie just said, the fact that the reviewers come from different industries. So sometimes using the acronyms or the levels in a company or an organization is really hard to understand. So just be clear on what the roles are, and as Valerie was saying, what distinguishes them from others, so it's clear for the reader wherever they're coming from. So we get a clear picture of that person.
This is Roberta. I have another question. And due to the space constraints on some of the uploads that we can do you all, if we provide like links, URLs to perhaps, one of our nominees did a STEM outreach event with students and we have it on YouTube. If we share things like that, are they even looked at?
Oh yes, for sure. We've
Okay.
had nominations share links to articles or to whatever the case. But Dan, I don't know if you want to add to that, but we've seen those links added.
Yeah, we've seen them added, but the thing is that we don't have a guarantee that the reviewer will actually be clicking on them. That's the only dilemma that we have. And so if you can submit them, but a reviewer may feel or may not realize it and then not click on it, and then so you'd be losing some of that content.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. And what we've done in the past is we have, since we can't embed links, like we've basically typed out like the whole URL. And so it's worth the effort on my end, but I just never knew if you guys actually looked. And so that makes sense that it would be judge dependent.
Yeah, it would be. And the thing is that I mean, human nature, uh, if they are behind and, they gotta hurry up and submit their nomination, they may just, again, choose to just review what's in front of them.
Thank you. Appreciate your answers. And hello, nice to hear your voice, Diana.
Oh, hi. We appreciate you submitting those nominations.
Thank you.
Any other questions? So this is recorded, and we will put the PowerPoint presentation as well. And we, since we got a month and 10 days, we may just offer another training maybe after mid-June. So if you want to encourage others to do the training, hopefully you found this very helpful. And again, you can see it doesn't take that much time, but at least it gives you some insight into how to submit a nomination. And, we just want to encourage. And that's why we're doing this competition, because I think if you are a reviewer, one of the most rewarding things, that is a big rewarding thing for you to review those nominations, because it's just incredible how many of our members of our community are out there doing some really great things. And that's all we're trying to do, is recognize them for their efforts. Um, I know Lázaro has won, one of the role model awards in the past. And it's just a great thing to be able to recognize our members. So just, keep that in mind. And that's why we're doing this competition, because we don't get that many nominations for our role models, and our members are doing great things in the community, and we just want to be able to showcase that. Okay, so if you don't have any more questions, then we'll go ahead and end the session. And we are here. You can email us. You got the email. And we're always available to answer questions as you start the process. So maybe as you start the process and you encountered, like, oh, I should have asked this question, we're around, and we're an email away. So feel free to, reach out to us.
Thank you.